well, getting the flanks that he needed to. See whether Griffin can get over the line. It's once again the Urgot pick. You'll have to make us a believer, Sword, as we get into game number 2. Griffin versus SKT. Can Griffin fight back? SKT fans, their voices are booming throughout LoL Park at the moment. This has been almost the most thankfully our observers are as well, as it looks like we're attempting a dive. Level 4 has been gained by the Spider Lady as we're in a camp parity between the two junglers.
Nice to see Tarzan on a champion that can hit the Rift pre-6. He hasn't been tending towards those picks recently. At least does it worse at level 2, but just as good as Jarvan at level 3 onwards. Doesn't know this thwarted.
Yep, Gang Sense is tinkling here. It's a good unbreakable. Marta's going to mitigate a lot of this damage, but is it going to be enough? Flashes out of the way as now Teddy's looking to jump onto Viper. First blood will go down as eventually Lehens gets it with the back end of the Ignite, and thankfully Repel exists. Teddy gets cocooned. Oh my god, cool guys don't look at explosions, and it's Viper that grabs the kill.
How do you get a 2 for 0 in that scenario, even with the Repel? It's amazing that Griffin, with the extra turret damage and the ward actually getting full value, are able to come away with the 2 kills. They needed to fire a shot. They were just listening to SKT fire a shot in game number 1. It starts off all in onto Braum. They don't blow him up, and then when you see the turret damage onto Viper, you think this could be a fiesta from the side of Griffin.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Teddy trying to kite this one out, but the Repel is used. Tarzan just out of range, and Viper's just able to get it, I believe, with a Ren set there. So the Volatile Spiderling not even necessary. They had more damage than they needed.
And this was when Lehens didn't have Flash to reset aggro. So the fact that they could make that play happen after SKT got first advantage bot side rewrites what was looking like another SKT bot lane in bliss in the early game.
Yeah, they are going to be able to reset here, and the CS department is not an issue, but Bilgewater Cutlass and only a double longsword in for Teddy. Item advantage for the Kalista, and we know that Viper has been spamming this champion in solo queue, and it's only going to get worse as we get deeper into the mid game, because that's where this 2-item spike for the Kalista is going to be so incredibly relevant.
And for pro players as well, they're very proud, right? These are all some of the best players in the world at their position, and the reason why I mentioned that point is, you come away from game number 1, and yes, your coach saying, don't worry, go back to the scrims, go back to the previous performance, remember you guys are undefeated. On the day, the players don't remember the history points. They don't remember it's their 300th game. They remember how game 1 went, and Griffin controlled nothing. They were dictated to for the first time through an entire game in 2019. So it means so much to their pride to actually find a hit that SKT wasn't able to shrug off in the early game.
Yeah, now Chovy's actually getting a bit of a run of this lane. You can see the CS difference. It's quite large in favor of the Aurelia. Bit of a big minion wave is going to head towards the Lisandra, but I don't see enough minions to be able to equalize this one.
It's a matchup where when Aftershock is up, you can shrug off damage, but you don't have Aftershock for 100% uptime, and it can be faded from Aurelia aggression. So, understandably, Faker is giving away lane control to the Aurelia. To what end, we're unsure. It is Chovy's first game on the reworked Aurelia. Bot side control was SKT's last game. Don't find it here. It means that Tarzan is onto the mountain drift.
Yeah, not a lot of control, in fact, over to SKT at the moment, as Lehens is going to get first roam up to this dragon. Klid is going to spot that it is being taken, as Tarzan wants to get himself over the wall, does get over to the Scryer's Bloom. He's going to trade that one over, so Mountain Drake not going to be taken here just yet.
A lot of good map reading coming through from Klid and Tarzan this series. Klid ahead of the play here. He's level 6 also, so does feel very comfortable to walk up and at least have to give up camps to block the dive, as we saw. Remember that Aurelia no longer can reduce damage on her W from AP champions. One of the reasons we don't see Aurelia into mages is that you channel that W, you take full magic damage. So it'll be much harder to shrug off in the 2v2 if the enemy team opens up onto Chovy.
Interesting matchup up here towards the top side of the map. You can see very even at the moment. Khan, level 7, going to be going into the Black Cleaver as item number 1. And we'll see whether it's Spear of Sojourn to get that 40% CDR as well as the Essence Flare passive.
Feels like Khan might have to go QSS in this matchup. QSS does drop the Urgot ult, as most people know, but the big issue here is you just don't get many base stacks, a lot of health onto the Ribbon. So quite easy for Elise and Urgot to burst you down if you actually first CC hits. So yeah, that's something that happens. Spear Shojin, of course, does have some health in it, as you mentioned. Yep. Likely to be the first rush. Tarzan has crept in, and this game SKT don't have the spoilers on Tarzan's path that they did in game number 1. They also don't have too much incentive to walk forward aggressively.
Yeah, you can see the minion wave is being held onto pretty nicely here. From SKT, they've been making sure that they're tanking up the minion wave just out of turret range. And they are being very respectful to the potential spider who could be lurking just around the corner.
You don't get to be respectful in lanes without punishments in 2019. You can win lane hard and get gold doing it. Turret plate won already. The side of Griffin.
Yeah, this Alistair Kalista lane is getting real scary, especially now that Fate's Call is online. Khan winning out on a trade here towards the top side of the map, but Sword is underneath his turret. Things are absolutely fine, but as far as the lanes and how they were going to shape up is concerned, I was expecting SKT to have a much better time in this early game. Thankfully, Tarzan helped the bottom lane very, very much.
It looked like the Alistair passive revealed there. I'm not sure if that's a quirk of our vision. I know there can be some weird things with how that goes on there, but SKT already knew it was likely Elise was in the lane, but got the double confirmation from what we could tell. Got us zooming in onto this moment. Tarzan back top side, and like you say, kind of the biggest surprise is that other things being equal, Urgot's not suffering at all in the matchup.
Yeah.
It does feel like the range versus melee that it would have been in our analysis pre-Urgot changes.
Well, control wall goes down. Griffin making sure that they can get towards Shelly if they need to. Faker's going to come on up. He's going to exchange some vision here, so no one going to be giving over her for free. Shelly Rivers is going to be at least scoped out for the majority of this game. As Cleared came down bottom lane, got himself a flash, but otherwise has been very quiet so far this game. He's proved himself a bit of a CS advantage. Cinderhulk not quite completed just yet.
I'm already thinking about where this game can go on. If we can emulate some of the fights we saw in game number 1, they were amazing to see between Griffin and SKT. Definitely you can see Riven just accidentally killing Elise trying to get to somebody else, because of course Elise is always going to be eminently squishy in fights, but a lot of burst damage on both sides to respect.
See Chovy just taking approximately 0 damage here in this lane at the moment. Ionian Fervor helping him there, keeping him very healthy. Is now Khan in a dangerous position. There's the flash to stay. Cocoon misses though! Tarzan with a rare mistake now. This Khan should be able to get himself around towards this Urgot. SKT getting themselves some control now on the map.
Couldn't work out the angles in game number 1 with some of their approaches. Don't work them out in game number 2, and with how much time was invested. Riven gets to swag walk away, and suddenly Summoner down on Sword.
Yeah, and it feels like the flow-on effect is very important here for SKT as well. They were able to get a lot of control elsewhere with the information that the Elise was top side. And now no flash on the Urgot.
One of the possible reasons that Riven has been playing so far behind is after the dive, that's the lane you gain. We already outlined, do you need a QSS to go through this lane? That lets you know already Riven's going to have a target on her back. So smart of Riven to always be considering moving back, and just couldn't turn the flip into Cocoon like Griffin wanted.
Well, we're very close to a Blade of the Ruin King for Teddy, but Viper's completed his.
He's got more gold, right? Got the turret plate.
A lot more. Extra kill there as well.
Exactly, and that means that the Drake speed is super high, but right now, not enough control, and credit to SKT who have invested all their vision bot side. They're leaving Riven to, at worst, halve out the lane, and Faker just to, let Chovy have his will, but they will not give up Mountain Drakes by hook or by crook.
Yeah. Very interesting here from Chovy. We see a lot from the top lane Aurelias. The Tiamat is generally the rush. This time it's just going to be straight into Boots 2 and Trinity Force by the looks of things. Back timing for Teddy just to try and get to item parity here as Blade of the Ruin King now completed, but that is 3 turret plates most likely going to go down.
Doesn't feel like he can stay for the XUÂN. I see that the turret plate is
going to go. Now Sword could be in trouble. Great knockup comes in from Cleared. Another one to follow there from Khan. Teleport from Faker. He's a little bit late. The stopwatch timing is in there as Cleared. He's able to get a double kill for Faker. And that scoreline is all tied up. Extraordinarily calm.
And that's what happens when you win game number 1, Atlas. You don't have to be shouting too much about this scenario. The flash to get to his doom. They're truly able to play all the styles to really fit the current patches, and that's where I feel they've been a bit off. Got the double Urgot game here. We see some of their gaps in their playbook when they're trying to play aggressively. They are not the finished article, and that's fine. We're only halfway through the season.
Yeah, and we also know that Griffin can have some really weird meta reads. I mean, we remember the Funnolution that they tried 2 games in a row in 2018 that just looked like they were playing a different game throughout most of their scrims or something like that. It was very, very strange. Shelly did go over to Griffin here this time around, though, and this is not that story. Mountain Drake is going to be the trade here as Lahen's taking a lot of damage. Good pulverize. Gets a lot done, but you can see SKT, they just want to take down this turret to answer the top lane pressure that Griffin are putting down.
Think of a different game, Atlas, where the 2 kills don't go the way of SKT and there wouldn't have been trades. There would have been just Griffin getting things.
Yeah.
Griffin is trying to recreate the game state when they got the double kill by playing active, and they will get this second turret. SKT's fighting back more than you might expect, and Faker's actually taking the claw.
Yeah, he's actually going to throw down the ultimate there. Chovy misses his, but Sword should be able to walk out of this unless Khan can actually...
What seemed like a toothless engage by Faker.
Yeah. Faker actually down a lot as far as CS is concerned, close to 30.
Who's flanking who here,
Yeah,
Atlas?
Tarzan looking to come in. Winter's Spike going to tag up Lahen's as once again Teddy a lot of damage down. Ultimate has to be used very defensively from the Alistair, and this should open up this outer turret mid lane for SKT, especially with Clid coming in from the side.
Are we feeling it, Clid?
Yeah, can he get the Cataclysm underneath this turret is the question. SKT, another claw, not going to be taken this time as Sword. He's going to face check, doesn't get knocked up by the flag and drag as Clid wants to try and challenge. Throws down the smite, but I think Viper managed to pick that one up with a rend.
Viper has had to hold off on his by going for a QSS early in the piece. Watching the vision toggle here, you can of course
really
see
cute.
the effects of the Rift Herald. And that's how SKT would have been aware of the play start.
You can see no pings actually, so didn't spot. Shelly moving out. Of course, not going to be visible on the mini-map or anything like that. You'd have to be watching.
They're just showing about vision Grom with the speed required to make such a play with no vision. So it's a bit of growling, I would say, from Chovy. He wants to hit the side lane. He's got his items ready to go. He's going to start building towards the outscale. Usually Sterix is where you just run at Faker and wait to kill him after the aftershock wears off. That's usually the approach you take on a very long lane. It's not the longest. The outer turret is still up, and desperately want 3 outer turrets down from a Griffin perspective.
Well, Lahen's, he's not going to have Aftershock either, as Unbreakable Will is available. Not going to get procced just yet, as Clid didn't want to flag and drag. They do get the Fate's call out of Viper, though.
Most interesting thing for me, he refused to use his ultimate. The only reason to do that is to fight for the Drake, to fight now. That is a big call to hold on to your Alistair ultimate over your Kalista ultimate. But that is the decision they made. Are they going to back away as well? The answer is yes. So very surprising to see them hold on to that ult. Of the cooldowns with a flawless turret though. This was the game that should have mirrored game number 1 with Griffin getting a Drake lead. Griffin haven't gotten that for an assassination.
Yeah, that Cocoon is going to land that this time as Faker's just going to get taken out. The CC bar too long, and now teleport can't be cancelled anymore. Khan has to get the hell out of here. Does get the stun in. The flash has to be used as SKT are the first ones on the rotation. Control ward goes down. Clid backs away as Lahen was there. Amount of damage to come out as Tarzan is going to do it again. Oh, Faker.
That's what happens when Elise starts it. You die fast.
In the early game, but hits the 2 that matter here.
But thank you to the observers. We learn how this happens. Actually comes over with the third Q with the cooldown reduction. He's going to have the next one available. Sword tries running away. He never invests his flash. Watch the wind slash. It's not actually the execute, but by this point, Sword, who had swapped over to Ghost, knows he has nowhere to go.
Yeah, that was actually
into anything. Point I wanted to get to is around Khan. SKT have a lot of priority, and around the Aurelia. The reverse is true for Griffin, and in that split scenario, Griffin don't get an advantage that seemed ready, and now Khan wants a cow.
Yeah. Oh, he's actually not going to go towards it as they're looking for a flanking play.
He has not been spotted, and Drake is live. Seems like the team fight is where SKT feel like they can find their advantage.
Now you can see Khan just wanting to walk around Vision, but is it actually going to be too late? A very deep teleport comes in from Faker as Griffin have an idea that they're being routed. That's the disdain to come in. The claw is very, very late as Mata is tanking up most of it. Double stun comes into the back line for the ribbon, but has he bitten off too much as the Urgot gets the first kill? But Faker, so much damage in the backline, and Khan is able to keep himself alive for so long. Even Faker goes into his stopwatch. Khan gets one. It's onto the spider as Lisanda does go down. Valor, will it be available? Yes, it will, as Khan's taking them on a merry ride in their own jungle. Do they chase the Riven, or do they try and deny this outer turret going down in the mid lane? As Khan's just taking them all over this map.
Because he's stopping them getting Baron. He wants to delay what he feels like is a pretty inevitable death, and he might escape.
Yeah, he doesn't even hit Lahens. He has to invest his flash. The headbutt's now on cooldown. Stun does come in with the trample, but Viper isn't actually going to get there in time. Khan's just too fast.
And they're actually on the mountain, Drake, at the same time. Now, Chovy is a raid boss. They need to really consider their options here. Sword does not have smite.
This is what happens when Khan levels up his play. I guess he just changes how SKT are able.
That's a big spot, but that's what they have. They have the one that is strong. Griffin is supposed to be winning in the 4, but we're having these amazing team fights where Griffin is getting less than expected because SKT are just, and I mean just, outplaying them.
Yeah, hair of a beat, I think is how you talk about it. SKT now trying to get vision around this Baron. The face check onto the Elise could be a problem, but Chovy in even more trouble as Khan's teleported in. They're committing to this one. Cataclysm goes down after the flash, but the Sterix is there. Clid tanking up the turret. Gargoyle, Stoneblade is there. Chovy just tanking this one up. Khan eventually gets it. The GA is going to keep him alive for a moment, but how long as Faker makes his way forward? Double kill for the Riven, and Khan once again, an absolute godlike Riven performance.
Exactly, and there's nothing Tarzai can do. After he goes in, he dies in the AoE, like we predicted against this Riven. That means SKT turn on Baron. What can Griffin do? They have no smite. Do they have no chance?
They've got no smite, no teleport in order to get sword, to pick up a smite, nothing like that. The exhaust is what's there, and Griffin, they want to fight for this good double knock up there from Lahens, but Faker gets in, stuns everyone up. Yeah, Viper is free hitting from the backline. Nomada is going to go down. That is a gigantic grinder from Sword, is now cleared. Limps away. Teddy at full health, but he's not going to be able to do too much here, and they've denied the Baron. Can they get more?
And that
turret. Teddy is very scary, almost Infinity Edge online for that 4th item.
Oh,
there's the flash Q, and Faker once again just annihilated.
How can you self-ult? They're so decisive on all those moments, they're going for more.
Yeah, exactly right. Lahens going to get another pulverizer headbutt, clears a ragdoll, and now he's dead. Viper grabs that one with the Ren. Khan, the last bastion of hope for SK.
Interrupted with the Alistair coming in from the Fate's Call. They have Baron, and it's 5v3. They want at least an inhibitor right now, Atlas.
Yep, 20 seconds until Faker is back up again. He does have teleport available, but I don't know what that means necessarily for saving this mid inhibitor. Tarzan's even going to leave. He feels like he's not even necessary for this fight, and he's absolutely right. As Viper is going to be able to auto this inhibitor down. Base broken. And Griffin are going to be able to do so.
And they got the fallback Infernal. That's all it was. It starts this. We're seeing teleports. We're seeing more action.
Yeah, that's so many teleports. But Faker's now right in the middle of the team. I don't know what this one's for, but it's not looking like a great maneuver. Is going to be able to use his Zhonya's, but SKT can't catch up in time. Into the grinder you go, Faker, and is that some tilt we're seeing here from the mid laner of SKT?
Faker is the player who 5 seconds before the action happens already called, he's already got it. But that's been Griffin feasting on him in little half-second moments where they get the drop on Faker before he gets the drop on them, and that he definitely has heal. Would have to cycle through that.
Faker's going to get headbutt pulped here as Marta stands behind him. That might be the bait-in, but the Fate's Call is available. Faker in trouble, is going to get himself out of there. Teleport not up, and Griffin are going to use this reset chance as a time to go for this Baron. Already Viper is putting the Rend in there.
Second cycle, it's exhaust, so remember Urgot can't be there. Khan's coming first.
Yep, Lahens still tanking this one up. Clid doesn't know that he's quite there yet as the trample is set up.
Hens knows where Khan is. It's important information.
This Baron is going extraordinarily low as Faker's looking for this flank. Should be able to claw his way forward. Gets on top of the Baron. It's the Callista that picks it up. But can SKT actually win the fight? The cow is down first, but Teddy is stunned on the backline. Chovy diving for him. Marta could be his first one to go down, but he can see the damage. This is just ludicrous in the backline. He's going to go down to the G, and SKT, they just can't get back to the fight. Sword even holds on to his GA in amongst all of it.
That could have been the moment. The Baron still was up, and they're looking for more.
Oh, Tarzan taking so much damage there. The GA is going to get popped as the back is stopped on Sword's side. Griffin still trying to do more. They know that Urgot is dead. But look at this. The inhibitor has just respawned and it should get taken down. And look at the minion wave on the top side.
Tarzan has to face it. This was guerrilla warfare. He'll die instantly.
Oh my goodness. He's able to get himself out
How
of the
much
way.
they
That
do? Can
means
they
the
end the
back
game?
is going to get stopped. This is actually ludicrous. Okay. The cocoon is going to land and the back is going to get continued here by the Lucian. He gets in there and now Tarzan, perfect timing, going to jump on
2v1.
top of Mata. Teddy, can you actually do it? Can you save this game? And
2v2.
I don't know whether you actually can. Clit is going to get back up again. Viper dancing around, and Griffin have tied up the series.
But